You know, if I was to push this with any kind of pressure, my finger would go right through that panel. You know, when I built this greenhouse back in 2006, I thought, I'm in it for the long haul. Well, nothing could be further from the truth. About 3 days later, I came out and like 6 or 7 of the panels had blown off and just sailed. I thought, well, that sucks. So I devised a plan to secure the panels better with the grommeted screws and more clips. And I came out about, I don't know, it was probably a few weeks later. We had a big windstorm, and the thing was almost laying on the side. It just kind of like tweaked. It was trapezoidal. The only thing that kept it from falling over was the fact I screwed it down to these 4x4s. So I thought, well, that sucks. So I ended up putting in these, you know, the conduits to keep it from twisting and whatnot. And then I did a bunch of other modifications with the water coming down, dripping on the inside. I did all these modifications and thought, well, okay, now I'm done. See, if you buy one of these Harbor Freight greenhouses and you think you're just going to put it up, throw plants in it, and Bob's your uncle, it doesn't work that way. Then all these panels, because of the UV, they started breaking down. And they started ripping off their grommets and whatnot. And even with the clip, I had a couple of them where the clips were holding the sides, where the panels ripped off and the clips were still holding on to like a 2-inch strip of the panel because it just broke down. I thought, well, that sucks. And so then it became a thing where every year I had to replace at least one of the panels. So by the time I got done, I've got this greenhouse cost me over $1,000. Now you're probably thinking, Tom, why are you taking all this down? Why are you getting rid of the greenhouse? Well, the thing is, these plastic panels are going to break down. The new ones are going to break down. They're plastic. Now, people that have been watching my channel know that I've always said that I'm going to build a new greenhouse out of glass. And that is true. So now I understand there's going to be a lot of kind of discussion about, you know, glass versus poly, and you know, I understand light transmission and, you know, heat loss through glass and things like that. I got all that. I understand. I've been researching it extensively. I used to own a glass greenhouse, by the way, and I loved it. So I just don't want to deal with the plastic anymore. But whenever I came in here, I didn't really feel like I was in a greenhouse. I felt like I was in like a plastic bubble. You know what I mean? And it just didn't feel comfy or homey or anything. You know, it just didn't feel like a glass greenhouse. It was aluminum panels, aluminum structure with plastic on top of it. That's just, I never really liked the looks of it. And so all these panels, the old ones are going to be, you know, taken off. All the aluminum is made completely out of aluminum. It's all going to go to recycle. Now the panels that I've replaced here are actually, I'm going to use them again. Now here's the deal. I budgeted $1,000 for my new greenhouse, but what it's going to be is, it's going to be 12 feet this way, east and west, and then it's going to be 16 this way, but it's going to be 8 foot and 8 foot. On the north side, it's going to be an 8x12 garden shed. I want to put my tractor in here, and I want to put all my garden tools inside of the shed. So the new greenhouse is going to be 8x12. This one's 10x12, so I'm only losing 2 feet, which is not an awful lot. So the north side will be solid walls, and with a door on the inside of the greenhouse to get into, or from the outside too, on the sides, the ends of the 12. And so to get into the greenhouse, you can get in it from the shed, or you can get in it from the side. And so that's my plan. Now I budgeted $1,000, and I'm pretty sure I can do it. When I first laid it all out, I figured it was going to cost me about $1,600 to do both of these. But I kept, you know, cutting it down and cutting corners and whatnot, to where I think I've got it down to almost, well, I'm thinking $1,200 or $1,300. That's without the glass. I figured that the new glass was going to cost me a lot of money. So the way that I've cut it down to $1,000 is I'm going to use the new panels that I've replaced here on the new greenhouse. And then I'm okay with that, because now as they break down, I'll replace them with a glass panel. And so I'm not really too upset about that, because I know the glass will last forever. And so that's what I plan on doing. Now where there's going to be holes in them, where they won't line up to my framing on my greenhouse, then I will just putty them up, and it won't look the greatest, but you know. Now where I can cut corners even more, because it's going to be a wooden structure, 2x4. Now where I can cut corners even more is I've been looking on Craigslist. If I can find some nice glass on Craigslist with my garden gate's creaking. If I can find on Craigslist some nice glass greenhouse windows, then I'll use those. So I'm going to keep looking for that. Now if I can build this thing completely out of old windows, I'd be even happier. So I think I can do this for $1,000. But as I bring you guys along, now, I want to get this thing done by the end of September. So I'll bring you guys along as I do it, and I'll let you know my budget as it's going along too. And so now I'm not a professional builder, so I would really, you know, I encourage people to give me input, give me recommendations when I do this before I start, and then also kind of, you know, critique as I go along, you know, what I'm doing or what I'm not doing right. So I definitely welcome that. You know, I'm an amateur woodworker and whatnot. So anyways, I'm going to start this, and I'm going to do it along in stages. Whenever I've got time, I'll do a video, and you know, I'll shoot video and then upload it and let you know how it's progressing and what my actual cost is becoming. I would like to pour a pad, a cement pad for the shed. Now I don't know if that's going to be cost effective. I'm going to get some prices for it, because I'm not going to pour it myself. Now I might do 4x4, you know, framing, and then treated plywood for the floor. I would like to do a cement pad, but I want to keep it under $1,000. So I'll let you guys know as it goes along. So keep watching. Make sure you subscribe and hit that bell so that you'll get notifications whenever I upload a new video. And so we'll get this thing done, and hopefully it's gonna, you know, this is gonna look a lot better. I mean, it's gonna function better. It's going to be sturdier, and overall it's going to look like a greenhouse. It's not going to look like an aluminum frame with plastic on it. So hopefully we'll get this done in a few months, and when I start doing my greenhouse videos again in the winter, then we'll be in the new one. All right, so thanks a lot for watching, guys, and we'll catch you later.